Hi students, welcome to Max Point of View. Today we are going to solve each and every theory question from the concept, sign convention and lens formula. This is part C of the main chapter, refraction through a lens. After solving this, see, we have understood the concept, correct? After that we are solving some theory questions. After this one we are going for the numericals. So follow this hurdle, you will get the complete knowledge. So without wasting any time, we'll start with the first question. Our first question, the focal length of a lens is positive, negative. In each case, state the kind of lens. See, this is very simple question, correct? This is what we have learnt in concept video. So, see, when it comes to focal length, it is always positive for convex lens. See, first one they are talking about positive, correct? Positive, it is a focal length is always positive for convex lens. Second one, it is always negative for concave lens. That's it. Our next question, what information about the nature of image, whether it is real or virtual? Second one, erect or inverted, do you get from the sign of magnification, plus or minus? So it's a very simple question, but we need to understand it properly. See, when it comes to magnification, okay, if it is plus, okay, plus or positive, okay, we should know something, that will be the image will be always virtual and erect. This you should know. Okay, if the magnification is minus or negative, the image will be real and inverted. See, this information you should know. Based on this one, we are going to write the answer. So in first case, they are asking if the magnification is plus or minus, whether it will be real or virtual. We have to choose properly. So see, this is how you are going to write. If the magnification is plus, then it will be virtual image. If the magnification is negative, then it will be real. That's it. Second one, if the magnification is plus, see, we know if it is plus, it will be virtual. If it is virtual, it is always erect image. If the magnification is negative, then it is always inverted, because if it is negative, it is always real image. Real images are always inverted. This much knowledge you should know. These things will definitely help you in numericals also. Our next question, how is the power of lens related to its focal length? It's a very simple question. Based on the formula, we can easily answer. First, we'll write the formula. Writing the formula is not the exact answer. How is the power of a lens related to focal length? So, power is equal to 1 by f. This is the formula. Okay. Power unit should be in diopter. It should be in diopter, and focal length unit should be in meters. This you should know. Okay, now based on the formula, we can say power and focal length, these two are inversely proportional. How do you write the answer? Power and focal length are inversely proportional. That's it. Our next question, how does the power of a lens changes if its focal length is doubled? We know in the previous question we have learned that power is inversely proportional to focal length, correct? So if focal length increases, power decreases, correct? Based on the relation we are saying this one. Now they are saying focal length is doubled. If the focal length is doubled, increases 2 times, power decreases 2 times, because these two are inversely proportional, correct? So what is the question? How does the power of a lens changes if its focal length is doubled? So if the focal length is doubled, power of a lens will be decreases by 2 times. Decreases by 2 times, or you can write it as reduces by its half. That's it. Our next question, how is the sign plus or minus of power of a lens related to its divergent or convergent action. See this one, if you have the basic knowledge about focal length and different type of lenses, then you can easily answer this one. How? Because power depends upon what? It depends upon only focal length. Power depends upon only focal length. Keep this in mind. So how power is related to focal length? That is a different question. Power depends upon what? Focal length. If the focal length is positive, power will be positive. If the focal length is negative, power will be negative. In the first question we have learned that focal length, okay, is positive for what? Which lens? That is convex. Then focal length is negative for concave. Correct. We know convex lens are called converging lens and concave lens are diverging. Correct. So what is their question? Sign will be positive or negative for convergent or divergent lens. See, if you have this much knowledge, see, this is not the exact answer. This is the information we require, correct, to answer this kind of question. So power is F is positive, then power will also be positive, correct. So you don't have to write all these things. Power, you can write the exact answer required for this question is power is plus for what lens? That is convex. We know convex lens are converging lens, correct. So power is plus for converging, power is negative for diverging. That's it. Our next question, the power of a lens is negative. State whether it's convex or concave. Very simple question. We know power depends upon only focal length, correct. If focal length is positive, power will be positive. If focal length is negative, power will be negative. So focal length is positive for what? That is for convex. Focal length is negative for what? Concave. So in this question, power of a lens is negative. If focal length is negative, this will also be negative. So they are saying power is negative. So if power is negative, that is because of focal length. Focal length is negative for what? This is the first question we have learnt in the theory solution, right? So focal length is negative for concave lens. So power will also be negative. So in the exam you don't have to write all these things. You just have to write the answer. What is the answer? Concave lens. This is for your understanding how we can conclude the answer using this method. So this method you don't have to write. What is the only word you are going to write in the exam? Concave lens. You don't have to repeat the question also. The power of a lens is negative for concave lens. This much also not required. Just concave lens. If you write with the proper question number and sub question number, you will get full marks. Our next question. Which lens has more power? A thicker lens or thinner lens? Okay, very simple question. See, whenever they ask question about any question about power, it is always related to focal length because power is only related to focal length. See, we know focal length is maximum. If the focal length is maximum, power will be minimum. Power will be minimum. If the focal length is minimum, then the power will be maximum, correct. For here this question we want what? Power should be more power, okay. So for more power it should have less focal length. So out of thicker lens and thinner lens, which has less focal length, we have learned that in the concept video. Thinner lens has more focal length. Thinner lens has more focal length. That means thicker lens has minimum, okay, less focal length. For this question, we want what? More power. So it should have less focal length. Which lens has less focal length? That is thick lens. If the thick lens we use it here, its focal length is less, then it will the power will be more. So answer for this question is thick lens. That's it. See, the concept is important. See, why the theory solution or the concept video or numericals will take a lot of time to teach. see, like in the solution page we can aramsa give the solution, but who will make you understand the concept? That is why it will take little extra time. So whenever you are studying from the YouTube videos, don't worry about the length of the video. Always think about how much knowledge you are going to gain from that particular video. Our next question: state the sign convention to measure the distance for a lens. See, this one is about the sign convention. Based on the sign convention, there are many steps, correct? But here they are asking only for one step. This is what we have learnt in the concept video. That is why we are going to skip it, but you will get the answer here. Our next question: write the lens formula explaining the meaning of the symbols used. Very simple question. Lens formula we are going to definitely use in numericals for most of the questions. So this is very much important formula. See, writing the formula is very much important, and explaining is also important. We are using whether it is V is positive, U is positive, or U is negative, V is negative, F is positive or F is negative. That is very much important. That is, you are going to learn from the sign convention concept. Based on that, we are going to solve the numericals. So now listen, this is the formula they are asking us. So F is the focal length, V is the image distance. Assume the object is kept here. Okay, object is here. So all the distances are calculated from the optic center, correct? So from the optic center till the object is called U in this direction. Okay, and where is the image is formed? Image is formed here, correct? From the optic center till the image is called V. So U is the object distance, V is the image distance. This is what you are going to write. F is equal to focal length of the lens, V is the image distance, U is the object distance. That's it. Our next question: what do you understand by the term magnification? Write expression for it for a lens explaining the meaning of the symbols used. So it's also a very simple question, theoretical question, but the formula we are going to use it in numericals. Very carefully you need to understand. See, when it comes to magnification, magnification is defined as the ratio of size of the image to the size of the object. Size of the image to the size of the object. So here when it comes to magnification, the formula will be I by O. I by O. So I represents the size of the image by size of the object. So magnification is nothing but ratio of size of the image by size of the object. So this is the definition part, and this is the expression, and there is one more formula to find it. So it is minus V by U. Minus V by U. Okay, so in the numericals we are going to use this one or this one, but sometimes both. Okay, assume we are not talking about magnification, we are talking about size of the image, size of the object. Okay, image distance, object distance. Out of this, out of 4, we are going to find any one, then we can merge these formulas to create one more formula. I by O is equal to minus V by U. So this is the formula we are going to use, but for this question, this any one is enough. Our next question: define the term power of a lens. In what unit it is expressed? It's a very simple question. Power of a lens, the definition, it is very much important. So the deviation of light rays, produced by a lens on refraction through it. So the deviation of light rays, so deviation means what? Going in a different direction, produced by a lens. This is produced by a lens after refraction through it. This is the definition of power, and they are asking for unit also. Unit is D. So capital D, that means diopter. Our next question: a lens of power plus 2.5D is kept in a contact with another lens of power minus 2.5D. What will be the power of the combination of two lenses? How will their combination behave? So we have two powers. There are two lenses kept next to each other. One is plus 2.5D, other lens power is minus 2.5D. Now whenever these two combinations are kept together, what is the complete power? Add these two, plus 2.5 minus 2.5. So the total total power is equal to 0 diopter. 0 diopter. So answer for the first question, okay, that is what is the power of the combination, that is 0D. Second one, so how will it behave? Very simple question. So whenever you add these two, what is the resultant power? That is 0. If it is 0, it is not going to converge or diverge the rays, then it is going to act as a piece of glass. That's it. So these two lenses will act as a piece of glass because it is not going to diverge or converge any rays. That's it. Now we have understood the complete concept. Okay, first we have understood the concept, then we have solved all the theory questions. Next we are going to solve each and every numericals. After that, okay, after solving all the three, we are going to solve previous year paper, that too chapter wise, based on the chapter, okay, the refraction through lens, what are the previous year questions they have asked till now, only based on this chapter, so that you will understand the complete concept about a particular chapter. So like this you have to learn. After that we are going to solve logical and application questions and MCQs. All these things will be chapter wise, so that just to make you understand in a proper way. Thank you.